Hey guys, welcome to which will be an exciting doubleheader Gridiron Football Player of the Week show. We actually, for the first time ever, have co-Gridiron Football Player of the Weeks this week. We talked to DJ Garrett earlier. Now we're going to talk to Coach Jimmy Hillman for the Bunkie Panthers and his one of his talented players. He's got a lot of them, but one of them in Cain Milligan as well has been a key contributor to this Bunkie Panther football team. Congratulations, Kane, on winning the award. It was definitely deserving. I think you. I'm not sure if you heard of this performance, but Randy Moss one time had a 3 touchdown performance on 3 catches, and you did your impersonation of that a couple weeks ago against Amy. It's throwing everything off. You already played a game after that, but Thanksgiving played a big reason why everything was kind of thrown off. So we're actually talking about this performance 2 weeks ago, and we're also going to talk about that exciting quarterfinal matchup that y'all had last week as well. But Coach, you were there. You had a front row seat seeing Kane's performance and the 3 touchdowns he had. So what can you say about Kane's performance and stepping up big like he did against a really good Amy football team?
Oh man, it was huge. The way that the way that it kind of set up for us, play calling wise, we knew we were going to get some shots with our slot receivers, and for him to come up in that second quarter, 3 catches, 3 straight possessions, 3 touchdowns. It's a huge momentum swing for our guys, a big confidence builder to show that for us, we wanted to prove that we belonged with those type of teams, with the A meets of the world, and show that we can compete with them. So it was a tight game right there. And then in the second quarter, him and his teammates, the way that they were able to get the ball into the end zone was huge for us.
Absolutely, Kane. I don't think you had to wash your jersey too much after that game, right? You scored 3 touchdowns, you catch 3 passes. I'm sure you didn't have too much of a dirty uniform after that game was over. But talk about something like that, Kane. I mean, that's extremely tough to do. To have 3 targets, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns. Have you ever been a part of something like that?
No, not personally. I have not been, but it was pretty awesome to be a part of it, and it was a big momentum shifter.
To you, Kane, I know those all count as 6 points. They're all pretty cool in their own right. Anytime you can score a touchdown, but which one of those 3 touchdowns stood out to you the most?
Uh, I definitely say the third one because I mean I was pretty excited. It shows it in the videos, but after the first one, I was excited. Second one just kept building excitement, and the third one, I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, or at that point, were you like doing your Justin Jefferson impersonation when you're counting like the touchdowns that you had, the 1, 2, 3? You started counting all your scores, but coach, what does it say about this football team? Because it's crazy to think y'all have so many different options. I mean, your quarterback, I mean, Dylan Compton's getting a lot of praise, and definitely just so Kyle Johnson, we all know about him, and you got so many different weapons as well. And Cain Milligan comes up and say, "Hey, I can step up and do this." What does that say about your football team? Have different contributors step up at any given moment.
I think for us, it just shows offensively, especially, we're very balanced. We can do a lot of things. We can move the ball and score the ball in a lot of different ways. But just kind of the resiliency of the team to show that look, you know, there's different guys that can step up and make plays when it's their time. And then those same guys can go in and play a role when it's somebody else's time. So the unselfishness and just the excitement that you saw from Dylan and Kyle and some of the upperclassmen on the team, when those plays happen, was big for us as well. I mean, these guys support each other a lot, and yeah, I mean, just it speaks to what we're able to do offensively on any given night, and that kind of bleeds over to the defensive side of the ball as well.
Yeah, and going back to that game, and I know it was big for y'all as a program too, because I mean, y'all talked about one of your goals when y'all went to our media day in Pineville at the beginning of the year. Y'all were focused on making a deep run in the playoffs because last year y'all had a great regular season. Last year y'all went 9-1, had a bye. Coming off the bye, you played Episcopal and y'all lost the next round, and this was that game after the bye. So what really changed? I'm gonna ask basically both of y'all the same question, but first you, coach, what really changed this year? I mean, as far as like, did y'all change anything in preparation from a buy or anything that y'all changed from after going through it last year?
Yeah, I think we attacked the bye week a little differently this year, but honestly, just the leadership in the room, to return 16 starters that all were in those, in the Gina game and the Episcopal game last year, our 2 losses, to kind of experience that and to see, this is what it takes to win at this level. You've got to be able to make these plays in these moments. You got to get the ball to kind of bounce your way at certain times, to be successful in the playoffs. So really the leadership in the room is what was the biggest difference, I think, in terms from last year to this year. And then, we said in the summertime too. I mean, going 9-2 was great. It was a lot of fun. We won a lot of games, but we weren't satisfied with that. We knew that we were, destined for bigger and better things. And, we're kind of proving that 1 week at a time right now.
And Kane, for you, how big is it for you? Because I mean, this is a senior-heavy team, right? And for you to be a junior, to step up like you did in a big moment for this program, have those 3 touchdowns, especially what happened the year before. How rewarding it is for you the step up big like you did, have those 3 touchdowns in that big moment.
I'm just glad to be part of it. I mean, it was awesome, but as a team, we're just going to keep it moving and, just try to be resilient. What already happened. We're worried about what's ahead.
Absolutely. The next page. And Coach, before we talk about really the run that y'all have, let's promote Cain a little bit, because I know being the player of the week, that's one of the perks, right? Being the player of the week, we're playing his highlights, all the 3 touchdown catches as we're talking. But talk about him, because he's going to be a name that we're going to be talking a lot more next year because of some of those seniors that y'all lose next year. So it's never too early to start talking to college coaches and then start promoting this kid as well. So tell us a little bit about Cain and what kind of wide receiver he is.
Yeah, extremely hard worker. Understands the game, understands leverage, route running very well. I mean, this is a 3-year starter for us. I mean, it started every game at receiver since I've been here these last 2 seasons and played defense as a freshman. So he's got a lot of game experience, understands the game well. It's starting to slow down for him some in terms of the way we set up some of our shot plays and things like that. But you're getting a guy that loves the game, quiet leader. He's not going to say a lot, but just shows up every day, goes to work, does the little things, is always trying to find new ways, on film and that practice, to better his game. But yeah, definitely somebody that we knew was going to be a big part of our offense this year, and definitely will be a key contributor for us next year as well.
Absolutely. Cain, for you, what are your biggest strengths to your game as a receiver? And what's your message to college coaches why they should start looking at you in as far as being in their football program after high school?
I'd say my biggest strength is definitely route running and blocking. And a message I would put out is that I'd say I'm aggressive and, I'm fine with contact. I'm fine with all those type of things, being physical. And I just think that's something to look at.
Okay. Is there a receiver that you really like to watch and kind of model your game a little bit and kind of looking at them and say, hey, this is a guy I can definitely be?
Julian Edelman. I'd say
Okay,
he was physical and a big game player.
Okay, not bad comparison there, Coach. But yeah, absolutely, that was outstanding individual performance by Cain. But let's talk about the run that y'all having this year. I mean, y'all one of the few undefeated teams that are still standing, and that's pretty awesome right now that y'all are. I mean, first time since I believe 1988. Y'all going back to the semifinals, and let's talk about the last game because y'all had to play some really good teams from that same area. You just beat A-Meet. Now you got to go and play the team that beat A-Meet for the district championship and Joel Sumner and make the travel over there and win that football game. And sometimes, this high-flying attack with Kyle Johnson, Dylan Compton, sometimes it doesn't click as great as other games. But you don't have that sometimes now and then. But
yeah,
what do you have to say about your defense stepping up and finding a way to win the football game against a really good team on the road?
Yeah, the defense gets a lot of credit, and rightfully so. I've said it all year long. That's where we hang our hat, and we've got some great offensive pieces. And I'm an offensive play caller. I love scoring points. I love doing all those things. But defensively is where we hang our hat. And the 11 guys on that side of the ball, they know that we're going to win or lose the game based on their play and how they perform. going down, 6-0. That was the first time we've been down all year. So, it was kind of, interesting to see the leadership step up, the focus in the guys' eyes. We're down at halftime, 6-0. Nobody's hanging their head. Nobody's, thinking that, this is over. It was just about making adjustments, getting back out in the second half and going back to work and competing. But we go out, we trade 3 and outs, get the ball back. We scratch the ball down the field, run a little reverse play to Kyle that we've kind of been working all year long. And it pays off for us. We get a touchdown there, go for 2 to take the lead. And, Dylan Compton rolls out to the right, puts his head down and goes and gets 3 yards for us. And then defensively, Ron Patterson, 90-yard pick 6 to kind of put the dagger in, late in the game there to give us that 2-possession lead, that 8-point lead, which proved crucial because, with 39 seconds left in the game, Jewel Sumner, got their way all the way down into the end zone, 2-point conversion play to tie it up, and our defense came up big with a big time stop. So, no, it was great environment, great to go on the road and win the playoffs anytime, no matter what the seeding is, anytime you can go on the road and get a playoff win at someone else's house is big. It's big for confidence, and that rolls over this week. We're gonna have to go do it again this week, but at this point, there's 4 teams left. All 4 of them have the same goal. All 4 of them have an opportunity to be state champions, and that's the focus right now is on the next 48 minutes that are ahead of us.
And Cain, what are your just overall thoughts on that game? When they find a way to win, when y'all, I guess, like overall, it wasn't the prettiest game and the most complete game, whatever, but just find a way to win at this time of the year. That's all that matters, and that's what y'all did. So overall thoughts and find a way to get it done on the road, and now playing for a chance to go to the Superdome this week.
We couldn't get much done on offense, but when it mattered, we got it done. And talked about resilience earlier. Defense, they were resilient. Big plays happened, but they line it up again and they make plays. And that was a huge win. And going into this week, treat it like any other week. Just any other game. Just we're ready to play.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That leaves to talk a little bit about the next game coming up because y'all got the Dunham Tigers, a team I'm very familiar with down in Baton Rouge and calling a lot of their games. They have a quarterback that by the name of Elijah Haven that everybody knows about, number 1 quarterback in the 2027 class. Some quarterback over there. But
somebody told me that. Yeah. I think he's pretty good. They say.
Yeah, pretty decent quarterback. But really, Coach, I mean, they are a great team. I mean, I think that's the guy gets lost in transition. Like y'all, they're also undefeated. So, and they're having a great season, number 1 seed as well. It's going to be an awesome match and one of the top games in the state. So, just talk about playing against Dunham, the opportunity this week about going to the Dome, and you know how it is, Coach. If you want to beat the best, you gotta beat the best.
That's right. Yeah. Look, they are the number 1 seed for a reason. That's a good football team, like you said. They've got a couple of really nice pieces offensively. Obviously, all that centered around Elijah Haven. But it's not just him. It's not just him out there doing it all by himself. They are a good team. They have a very sound defense. Those guys fly around and play aggressive. They have an offense that can move the ball in many different ways, some different weapons that can hurt you that you have to account for. But look, it's great. We're excited about the opportunity. We're excited about going in. One thing that I think we've done well a few different times this year is kind of the underdog mentality, and so once again, nobody's really picking us to win. Everybody's kind of on the other side. So we like that. That feels right at home for us. We don't have a problem going on the road. We've shown that. We don't have a problem being the underdog. We've shown that. So we're going to go in there. We're going to play for 48 minutes. And at the end of the game, may the best team win, and we'll shake hands after and go about our business from there. But it's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for this program, for this community to be in this spot. And, to be 48 minutes away from New Orleans is a great feeling.
That's going to be pretty cool. And Cain, just your thoughts on this week playing against Dunham. And I know that you, Dylan, Kyle, I know y'all all are really ready to face off that offense and that team. So how excited are you to be practicing still at this point in the year and having a chance, to play in the Dome with one more game to go through?
It's pretty awesome knowing that we're 1 game away from playing in the Dome. But to get it done this week, we know they have weapons. We have weapons. They're disciplined. We're disciplined. So I think it'll be a good matchup. And like he said, may the best win.
There we go. Simple as that. As simple as that. We can do all the talk we want, but hey, let's go and prove it out on the football field, and that's what's great about the game of football. Yeah, guys, appreciate y'all time as always, and just gotta say, Coach, what you got to think about the fan support? I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, the number of votes and support for Cain to win. I mean, I think it's like 15, 16,000 votes he got this week has been insane. So, what can you say about this community? And I know it helps to support when you're winning like this, but this has always been a great community in supporting these Panthers. So, what can you say about this Bunkie community?
They're nuts, man. No, it's great. The support has always been here. I've always kind of my wife's been at Bunkie for the last 10 years, so I've always kind of had my eye on this program and seen what they were able to do and the support. Like you said, obviously right now with the way these last 2 seasons have gone has just kind of multiplied it. But yeah, the support's great to see. The amount of people that have been through this program, been a part of this program, that are still coming to the game, still showing up for these kids that have no relative on the team, but they showing up anyway and just showing the support. Anywhere you go in town right now, you see Bunkie football everywhere. And it's great. It's great for this community. I'm just happy to be part of it and hoping that we can keep it rolling a little bit longer.
And for you, Cain, talk about the fans. I mean, they can have that many votes, that much support going towards you. Is it kind of surreal knowing you got all that support backing you up to win Player of the Week?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome knowing what we have behind us, who's supporting us, and anywhere we go, they're going too. It seems like a home game with how many people we have over there, so it's pretty awesome.
And speaking of that, last question, guys, just give your last minute message. I mean, I guess this is being recorded Monday. I mean, you still got a whole week, but last message to the Bunkie fan base to come on and make down the travel with the Bunkie Panthers down in Baton Rouge on Friday.
Man, they'll be there on Thursday, so they'll probably beat us to the stadium. But yeah, they're gonna travel well. There's gonna be a bunch of people there. It's gonna be an exciting atmosphere, and yeah, everybody come out. The game is on Friday. I've been somewhere got posted that it was on Thursday. I don't know, but I've been getting a bunch of calls about that. So the game is Friday, 7:00.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
okay, for sure.
We'll be there. If you show up on Thursday at 7, just hang out for a little bit longer. We'll be there shortly.
Hey, just tailgate, just camp out. Camp out, and the kickoff will be the next day. So, Cain as well. Message for Bunkie Nation for Friday.
Just bring the same energy as usual, and we'll get it done.
Absolutely. Wishing nothing but the best of luck for y'all guys, and also proud supporters of us. And we're really excited. I know JD, Dylan, and Kyle, I know they've all been committed to playing the Gridiron Football All-American Bowl game. But hopefully that comes 3 more games down the road and not this week, obviously. That's right. Obviously. So, yeah, guys, appreciate y'all. Good luck this week, and hopefully we get to see y'all and cover y'all in the Superdome. And as far as I'm sure what Panthers fans are wondering is, what does Cain get, for winning Gridiron Football Player of the Week? Well, he not only gets this interview, but he will be mailed a Letterman jacket patch as well. So Cain will get a chance to show that and wear that on his Letterman jacket all year long, gets to show it off with his friends and classmates too. And then Cain will also be nominated for Gridiron Football Player of the Year at the end of the year. So appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for your support, Gridiron Football, and congratulations, Cain, on winning Player of the Week.
Thank you.
Good deal. Thanks, Jace.